And joining me now, we have Evan Triggs, Vice President of Earthwave Technologies, Inc., and Mike Iapaluccio, Vice President of Paving from Middlesex. Guys, thanks very much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Let's start first and talk about Earthwave. What do you do? What do you provide for the industry?
So we develop software for heavy civil, heavy contracting companies, companies that produce material and they haul materials to their job sites. So paving contractors, contractors that will do heavy highway laydown. And the software that we have gives them visibility from the field to the back office on their operations, showing them the tonnage counts for the tickets, also the trucking cycles, giving their field team visibility into their operations.
And so if you're not tracking it, I love this, you can't improve it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Telematics has helped companies get a better handle on their businesses. Information flow is important. Telematics, though, it can mean many things to many people. So how is FleetWatcher utilizing telematics and the data that's coming out of that for business owners? How are they harnessing that?
Sure. So telematics is really just a component of it, right? We use telematics to bring a narrative to their operation. So how does a contractor use it? Well, first off, you have to see exactly what's going on in the field, so the visibility is a key piece. We've established metrics for companies. So, how many tons have they laid down? What is their tons per hour? If they have a target for a cycle time, how many turns the truck's supposed to have, they can measure against that. That's the measurement piece too. But also too, if they expect to have X amount of tons done for the day, if they don't reach that tonnage benchmark, we can go back and look at the narrative of the day and see where we can improve for the next time we run that shift. So those are just a few things that we do. When we talk about measuring and improvement, the measurements are one thing, but measuring against yourself or measuring against your KPI is what really helps contractors.
And not just real time, but historical, like you said.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we have a real-time user, right? Mike, largest
do.
asphalt plant in Florida with 10 silos producing over 1.1 million tons a year.
Correct.
How does Middlesex use FleetWatcher?
Just to dovetail off what everyone was saying with the KPIs and the metrics, it's huge. We bid projects at certain cost per ton. We analyze those on a daily basis. And on the history side is after we close a job out, if we have a similar job in the area, we use that cost history to actually get a true number of can we be competitive or did we really not hit the mark and have to adjust. So it's huge when it comes to that.
Has it changed how you do business?
Absolutely. We were from spreadsheets and daily driver's logs to GPS management and the LCA graphs and tracking each load. It's been a huge paradigm shift to where we've come in the last 3 years.
That's encouraging, right?
Absolutely.
From the bottom line, but also on the job site.
All the way to the top, correct.
So accuracy, important, critical component. Yes. Instilling project confidence not only in the teams out on the field, but also the back-end business operations and the customers, right?
Correct.
Where can contractors use FleetWatcher to improve the calculations, saving time, saving money?
Well, yeah, anything saving time and money. I mean, that's the key to the game. It's getting everybody on board. It's getting the right team in place to be able to buy in and understand the big picture of what the software is actually doing. We're not watching you every day and watching mistakes. We're all trying to get better at what we're trying to do. So it's been a huge cost savings for us. We've been very efficient. We've, decreased our outside hauler base. We've decreased our team on staff. Just utilizing the full potential of what FleetWatcher provides us.
So you've seen the ROI.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. Our cost per ton, we'll have one or two offs. That happen, and that's going to happen in the business. Something breaks down, there's traffic, it's going to happen. But the days that we can really capitalize on and really study those LCA graphs and start times and in progress, it's huge. We've beaten budget. We've saved, last year alone, we're $3 a ton under budget throughout the year. So it's been a huge savings for us.
It adds up.
It adds up. I mean, it does. It adds up. And our safety's improved. We're not just, trucks sitting and waiting on jobs and people trying to back up in lane closures. I mean, it's been efficient. The communication between dispatch and the field using the software has been great.
Lots of great positives.
Absolutely.
What about the growing pains of it?
So I'll speak to a little bit of it, but I know Michael can give us a better firsthand account of it. Growing pains for a company is you gotta start somewhere, okay? And what Michael talked about, that's a lot. That's a lot for a contractor that's not tracking their system or their process. That's a lot for them to digest. So I always, growing pains for companies is really getting a handle on the trucking first. Being able to establish a relationship and a trust with their lease fleet. A lot of companies don't necessarily own their own trucks. So with your lease fleet, first off, you can't be Big Brother. When we make money, you make money, right? And this is a collaborative step to bring technology into a construction space that's typically pen to paper, as we talked about. We're looking for accuracy, so the numbers that aren't super accurate, we're going to start to challenge those. And what happens is once you start to set that baseline, I think growing pains are every year, every season, every quarter, you continue to add things to what you already do. That's the only way to do it. You can't eat the elephant whole, as you would say, but one bite at a time, and you're gone.
Oh yeah. So the growing pains are real. It's real to the fact of you're not losing the money using the software. You're maintaining what you're doing, whether it's on paper or however. The growing pains is in the office with the team you're having in place and getting the buy-in from the superintendents, the third-party haulers, and the foreman on the job. It's all new technology. The guys and girls that are out there working, they've been working nights for 15, 20 years. So technology's kind of passed them by as time, right? So it's getting everybody in the system and understanding the metrics that's there that they can actually see on how to improve. So we've struggled to get the right team in place, which we have now, understanding what the system has to offer and the support from FleetWatcher, and just building that partnership over the 4 years, 5 years now. It's been it took about a year and a half, but now it's really starting to jive, and we're looking to take it to the next level.
So you must have been getting great feedback from partners,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And how are you making it approachable then, so that down to that level on the field, the operators all the way up, everybody feels like they can have a play in it and they can understand it and use it?
Oh, I can best explain that with an example. So we have a customer success team that works hand in hand with our contractors, and our contractors have to make phone calls for night jobs, make phone calls in the middle of the day, and really need someone right there at the time to approach a problem. And what happens is you establish trust. I think it takes a partnership to do this. So we assign a group in Florida that will work with Middlesex and other Florida contractors to be on calls, essentially, with the expectation that companies will be self-sufficient. I think Middlesex is self-sufficient, but they have complex problems that it takes collaboration to essentially overcome. And so, we'll get past the easy ones as they come, but there are complex situations that, and construction technology needs to be based on a partnership, right? All the work that Michael and his team does, all the work that you see here at CONEXPO, it's very complex work, very skilled work. And so the systems that solve those problems, they're not going to be clear cut. So we have to be able to work together on the fly at any time of the day, night work, middle of the morning, to get it done. And that's a perfect example of how we have to do it.
That evolution and that partnership and learning, right?
Yeah.
So that you can continue to grow and improve.
It's a team effort. And like Evan said, it's day, night. We've talked on Saturdays or Sundays, to try to figure stuff out. Well, if we're not talking about football, we're talking about something else. It's just a good partnership, and you want to be in business with somebody that has your back and you have their back, and that's the only way you're going to grow together. If it's got to be the right fit.
Well, I really appreciate you being so candid and open and sharing the goods and the bads and all the stuff in between, and congratulations on growing that partnership together.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you.
Look forward to more.
All right.